Hi, my name is Ben. Welcome to PNN. And today's topic that we were talking about is renovations to the field. The reason why we want to renovate the field is because it's in very bad conditions and we want to make it better. And yeah. The first person we're going to be interviewing is Elliot Tapia, who is the captain of the boys soccer JV team. And the second person we are interviewing is Mundo Amisi, who is a player on varsity. And the third persons that we're going to be interviewing is people from Advent. Hi, my name is Benjamin, and I'm here with.
Hi, my name is Elliot.
And Elliot, my first question for you today is, what do you think the conditions are? Do you think they're good or bad?
I think they're kind of bad. Like, there's a lot of puddles that build up, so there's water everywhere, especially when it rains. And then most of the time it's not well kept, so there's a bunch of like just dirt and sand, which like makes it different to other fields.
And what do you think like the first school should change about?
I think you should put more time into like the maintenance, because they kind of do everything last minute, like planting all the seeds and like keeping the whole grass level.
Hi, my name is Benjamin, and I'm here with and so the first question I have for you guys is, do you think the field is in good condition?
The field right now is not in good condition. There's a few grass patches over there. Some parts are brown. It just doesn't look without good condition for people to be playing.
Alright, and for second question I have for you is, what like renovations do you think coach should make about the field?
I think the basketball court should be moved to face this way, so then the field can push out more. So then, like in games, when they have lacrosse or soccer, you can have wider space. It could be more, it could be way wider and more in depth.
And also, do you think these changes or renovations will help the course, varsity, and JV team?
I think it will, because then you'll have more space to run, more conditioning, more areas for varsity and JV to practice at the same time.
Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, I'm here with
Ms. Villalobos.
Alright, and for my first question, Ms. Villalobos, is what do you think about the field conditions currently?
I think the current conditions of the field are not the greatest. I think for the amount of traction it gets, whether it's athletics and EHS, I think it could be a lot better. Right now, I think we're struggling a little bit with the moisture, so it makes it super hard in the morning for our PE classes to run smoothly when the field is pretty wet. But I've seen better fields.
What recommendations do you have, like, so that to make it better?
Okay. I think overall, what we could benefit from is just having a turf field. I think, especially with soccer season specifically, when it gets into that rainy season, it makes it super hard to practice. It makes it super hard as a PE teacher to kind of come out here and do anything, just because it's always damp and moist, and we're kind of coming, at least for me as a teacher, coming every day to day, not knowing whether it's going to be a good condition for us to teach in, good condition for us to practice in. So I think first is just getting this field to be a little bit more year-round field, which I think that happens by making it turf. The second thing would be, with turf comes the layout, the permanent lines on the field, which helps us as PE teachers also if we want to use certain space. But it also helps our transition into new sports pretty quickly, just because we don't have to worry about that on the side. Overall, the size of the field I think is great. I think if we really had to change one thing at the swing of a wand, I would say just the material. So turning from real grass to synthetic, I think would be the perfect thing.
Alright, thank you for that. And for my last question that I have for you is, do you think like these changes to the field, like they would help our JV and varsity, like athletic teams?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think it's exactly what we need. I think, again, as we transition from one season to the next, I think lacrosse kind of gets the short end of the stick, I guess if we could say, just because they get the end of the year. Once all this kind of is used, they kind of get whatever's left over. So I know some of these patches are kind of stuff that our soccer girls and boys did, and they unfortunately just have to deal with it. So I think as we transition from one sport to the next, I think they just get good quality stuff to practice on, and I think it's safety.
And my one, so Lucky, and the first question I have for you both is, what do you guys think about the field's conditions right now so far?
So for me personally, I think the conditions of the field are like not that good. Like you can see that there's like some holes and like there's some patches that have like no grass at all. Yeah,
I agree with what Daniel just said, that there's patches, and those patches make it hard for us players to play because it can cause injuries.
yeah.
Alright, thank you. And for my second question, I have for you guys is what recommendation would you give admin or like the people renovating or like trying to change the field? What recommendation would you guys give them to like help change the field?
Some recommendations I would give them are maybe like turn it into turf. So like you don't have to like every year, so you don't have to like completely like renovate it and shut the field down, or like just move us to like the UCSD field.
I agree with what Daniel just said about the field. But I believe just filling up the potholes will make it easy for us with actual grass. I know they tried filling it up, but it just did not work this year.
Alright, thank you. And for the last question I have for you guys is, do you think these changes to the field would help our junior game varsity teams play better?
I think it'll affect like some gameplay, like for sure. But like when we practice like for soccer, like we only use like part of the field and we don't use like most of the field. So like if you just practice on the good part of the field, it's fine.
What is the question?
Well, the question was, do you think like the renovations would help our varsity JV teams?
Yeah, the renovation will help us out a lot. It will reduce the amount of injuries. I tore my ACL this season, causing me to not be able to play the rest of the season, and it really hurt me a lot.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of PNN. Today we have gone over the different types of renovations we would do to this field. And yeah, thank you for listening.